Well, Paul, a match that looked like it was going away from us at half-time, things turned around nicely in the second half.
Yeah, they did. I thought we were poor. We were poor the first half. I felt we didn't get going at all. And that's credit to Fife. They stopped us playing. They pressed in good areas. But we've got to be better than what we showed the first half. And we spoke about that at half time, and I was confident that we couldn't be as bad as we were the first half, in all honesty, and I think the players knew that as well, that for 45 minutes it was pretty poor all round. Change of shape definitely helped us going matching up and being more of a threat, and just almost saying, right, go and be better than your opponent. And I think for the main we've done that up until we get in front. Then you go in front and you're a wee bit hear 'em, scare 'em, and again that's probably just the subconscious putting you a wee bit deeper. I probably make a change with putting Ben Hall in there, but it's more just to, as opposed to have the two attacking ones that we have the second half with McDade and McGuffey, it's just to try and tighten it up and put Gaz back there and have a bit more solidity to our back line, as opposed to the two attacking ones that I've mentioned. So pleased with the second half. Brilliant to see Mikey Ruth get another goal, and Keena's goal as well was brilliant ball for McGuffey, and where we want Keena to be more often is in the box, and arguably he's no in there often enough. So it's brilliant to see him lay it off, get himself sprinting into the box, and gets his reward for doing that with a brilliant header. So pleased for that point of view. And up until that stage I thought we were a bit more like ourselves, but I would have liked to have managed the game a wee bit better than we did, and we get away with the one that hits the post and comes out. We get a wee bit fortune, but I think we've probably played a lot better in games and lost them, so we'll take that for once today.
And is that the most important thing? Obviously you said after the game last week that the point up at Montrose had kind of stopped the rot, so now the kind of turnaround happening.
Yeah, well, hopefully. I think we've obviously got more to offer than we did today in terms of performance levels, but it's 3 points, so it's the first 3 points we've had in 4 or 5 league games, I think I'm right in saying. So it's important we get back to winning ways. It's too long, there's no getting away from that. It's took longer than we would have hoped. So yes, we stopped the slide last week. Yes, we've picked up 3 today. So we've seen everybody now. That's us a quarter down. Everybody's had a look at each other. So we start again. We get a week off. We managed to we'll get the boys a bit downtime late at the back end of the week as well, so that they can get themselves refreshed and hopefully ready to hit the ground running again for the week and the build up to the Urge again.
2 goals in 2 games for both your strikers. How difficult is it from a manager's point of view to decide who gets the nod for that central role?
It's really difficult when they're both giving you that headache to score goals. We need goals for that area. It's been spoke about certainly since I came into the club. Mike has came in and done really well in my opinion. He's a menace to centre backs. He doesn't give them a minute's peace. And then Keena, again, he's probably frustrated that he never started today after coming on and scoring last week, but we looked at certain ways of playing. We felt that the team that started was the team to win us the game. It wasn't the case for 45 minutes, and then when you tweak that shape a wee bit and you get the 2 up there, you've always got a threat to get goals in it. That was proven the second half, so I will look at that. There's no doubt about that. I'll certainly look at that and what I think is best to go and play our next league game, and whether that be both of them playing, whether it be one being sacrificed, then that's what I get paid the money for, and why I'm putting the firing line at this stage.
We thought something that Stuart picked up on commentary in the second half was the switch in formation to the 3-5-2 seemed to give Stephen Hetherington a sort of new lease of life in there as well.
Stevie's for me unsung. He really is. I think with that attacking threat you've got at the top end of the pitch with Nisbet, McGuffey, McDade, Morrison, previously to that, Ruth, Keena coming into that. These are boys that are spoken about because of what they do, but Stevie just goes about his business always, and I've actually just spoke about that in there before I came out to Danny. He's really unsung. He does simple things really well, so for that reason he's probably no notice the same as other players are, but for me he's been really good in that area of the pitch.
Was the introduction of Ronaldo just to try and shore things up in midfield in the final stages?
Simply that. Nisbet was great. Ben was obviously to give us a wee bit more solidity. Then it was more just a flat three. I don't think we needed to go chasing things. What I did expect was to get a wee bit more control to the game with EK in there. It didn't happen because probably one, he never got long enough to get that control, and two, we were a wee bit erratic where we were working, never managed the game as well as we could. But Lewis, it was exactly that. It was just to give us a wee bit more control and just see out the game and make sure we got 3 points, because they 3 points have been a long time coming.
I was surprised you changed the back line today, because I noticed obviously Paddy Martin came in, and I take it Leon McCann's still injured, because we saw Paul Dixon back out at left back today and Mackenzie Lemon was the man in the middle. Yeah,
Mackenzie's another one that's been consistently training really well, and likewise Cammy last week, but I just felt that Mackenzie was worth that wee look as well, and with Leon being out, it was kind of toss of a coin, in all honesty. Cammy was fine last week within his work, but I opted for Mackenzie, and I thought he actually done really well. He's still short of that match fitness, and you see that probably when he gives a foul away late on. He makes a rash decision where he tries to pinch it and gets rolled, and all that is his fatigue. But I thought throughout the game he was relatively solid, and he can be pleased with his performance.
The stadium is now out of red mode.
You noticed obviously the changes in the full-back area, as you said, but just on the injury side of things, with both Leon and Ryan Williamson, can you give the fans any update in terms of a timescale for those two guys?
Leon's just missed out probably, so we're hopeful that he'll be back in amongst it for the next game. Obviously the fact of no game next weekend helps us in terms of their recovery. Ryan, still a wee bit early, but again we're hopeful that he'll be back on the pitch, maybe early. Early a week, so no Monday, but the previous Monday, but that's just topping up, so that Saturday might come too early for him, but it's certainly not as long term as his previous injury, so it's a bit more positive than the first feared.
So it's actually positive news in that it's not going to be a 3-4 month effort with the groin. It's better news than expected.
Yeah, definitely. It's a lot better news than we thought. So I just think the Airdrie one might just be too early for him.
And just finally, Paul, obviously we having just won the game today, does the break next week for the Scotland game come at the right or wrong time for you?
Well, it gives you a chance to give them a bit downtime, which they've not had, and then they've been working hard constantly, and we've put different demands on them at different times, so it's the first real chance we've had to give them a bit downtime. So like I say, is come the end of the week we'll play a game Wednesday, we'll give them a few days off, and then hopefully that'll allow them to recharge the batteries, and then we'll go again. Well, Paul,
congratulations on the win today, and as always, thanks for your time.
Thanks very much, Lewis. Thank you.